right. Everybody come into your comfortable seat. Let your hands settle on your legs, knees, whatever feels good for you. Let your eyes close or rest comfortably on the ground in front of you. And then just take a moment to maybe roll around on your hips, on your sit bones, kind of little waving through the spine, letting go of everything that's happened prior to this moment. And then go ahead and start to center yourself and lift your spine up straight, reaching the crown of your head all the way up to the ceiling. Bring your shoulders up to your earlobes, squeezing them up, and then on your exhale, let them relax down. On your next inhale, squeeze those shoulders back up. And exhale, let them down. One more time, inhale, bring everything up. And then exhale, let them down. Nice. Go ahead and take one hand on your heart and place your other hand on top of it. I think we all just need a big inhale. And then exhale it all out. Let your hands come on down to the sides. Inhale, bring everything up. Exhale, let them float back down. Inhale, scoop and reach up. Exhale, float them down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale down. Go ahead and bring your hands a little bit behind you. Lean back and then switch. Bring your feet out. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. And now, if you can remember, when you recross them, cross them the other leg in front. So it's going to be the one that doesn't feel quite as bad. Do it and then undo it and do it again. All right, now reach your arms, both arms up. I am going to try and mirror you. So follow me and hope that my words match up. So go ahead and drop your left hand down, reach your right arm up, exhale over to the left. Breathing here. Now notice you don't really want to be looking down yet. We want to keep our chest open. Think about pressing your right hip down into the mat, reaching your right arm overhead. Maybe your left elbow can creep down closer to the floor. Maybe your left fingers even reach out a little bit further. Now bring your right arm up to the ceiling, but stay bent over here. Reach up a little bit more, and on your exhale, reach your arm over a little bit more. Reach up to the ceiling. And now can you bring your arm a little bit behind you, stretching through that armpit? Nice. And bring the arm back up to the ceiling, stretch it all the way over, don't bend it. Now go ahead and turn your torso so that your nose is facing your left hand. Take your right arm and bring it to your left shoulder. Can you twist a little bit further, looking over your left shoulder? Breathe here. And now slowly unwind, come all the way back up to sleep. Let your fingers tip tap on the floor. I know we all like our phones. It's always good to get a little finger motion in there. All right, reach both arms up. Drop your right hand down. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling and exhale over to the right. Keep pressing your left hip down to the mat. So you should start to feel a deep stretch this whole left side of your body. Breathing in, stretching a little bit further. Feel the skin pulling across the side of your rib cage. Now reach your left arm up to the ceiling. And then exhale, reach a little bit further. Maybe your right fingertips walk a little bit further away from you. Maybe your right elbow comes a little bit closer to the ground. Nice. And now reach that left arm up again and reach it back a little bit so you find that stretch. Nice. And now stretch it back overhead. Breathe in, exhale, twist your nose towards your right hand. I was doing so well there. And breathe here, and now bring your left hand to your right shoulder and maybe look a little bit further behind. Breathe here. And now slowly untwist, come all the way back up to seated. Reach your arms out in front of you so that they're parallel with the floor. And now pull your shoulders back and then reach them forward. Pull them back, reach them forward one more time. And now lift them straight up to the ceiling, twirl your wrists around. And now flick some water. Nice. And we're going to bring our arms down. We're going to make our way into our tabletop position, coming onto our hands and knees. Line your knees up underneath your hips. Hands underneath your shoulders. And then when you look back between your legs, make sure that you can't see your toes. And that gives you an idea of whether your feet are straight behind you or not. Go ahead and bump your hips right to left, right to left. Kind of getting into it, evaluating where you are today. It's been a while since I've taught a class. All right, come back to neutral. Reach your left foot back behind you, pressing the toes into the mat. And then really rock back and forth, stretching out your calf muscle. You might have a little pop, a little crack. Nice. And now press those toes in, reach your right arm forward, keeping it down on the floor. If you feel balanced here, you can lift your right arm up, bringing your bicep by your right ear. If you feel balanced here, you can lift your left leg up only as high as your left hip. Do not lift it up higher. We don't want to sway our backs. Hold here. If you're feeling comfortable here and you want to take this a little bit further, on your exhale, draw your knee and elbow to meet underneath your chest. Inhale, extend back out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend back out. One more time. And extend. Lower your left toes down to the mat. Bring your right fingertips behind your ear. Open up, twisting to the right. And then on your exhale, can you bring your elbow to your forearm or your wrist? And then twist open again. Exhale, right elbow to left forearm. One more time, open and twist. Come back to neutral, place your right hand down, return your left knee. See if you can rotate your fingers towards your knees. And if it's too much, do one hand at a time, or maybe your fingers go to the sides of your mat. So either sides of your mat, rock right to left, or if you can get your fingertips back towards your knees, rock front and back. So what we want to try and do here is find some deep stretching through our wrists and our forearms. And we're using the mat to give us a little bit of extra pressure. And then gently return those fingertips back towards the front of the mat. Reach your right leg back behind you and rock back and forth over your toes. This is a sawing motion. Your right leg is straight. And now come to stillness. Reach your left arm forward. So stay here if this feels good for you. Otherwise, lift your left arm so your bicep is near your ear, staring straight down, lifting your belly button up to your spine. If you're ready, float your right leg up, no higher than hip height. Nice. And if you want to take it a little bit further on your exhale, draw your knee to your elbow and extend back out. Some ways to modify this is to keep both hands on the ground and just draw your back knee in and out, or maybe keep your toes on the ground and just draw your elbow in and out. One more. And now lower your right toes, bring your left fingertips behind your left ear, open up to the left. And then exhale, bring your left elbow to your right wrist or forearm. Open up to the left and then twist. Open up to the left and twist. Come back to neutral. Return your hand, return your knees. Go ahead and shake your hips out a little bit. We're going to curl our toes under. See if you can get all 5 toes of each foot touching the mat, and then slowly shift your hips back. If it's available, sit on back on your heels. Maybe you go and give that little pinky toe a little help there. Now this can be pretty intense. I'm only inviting us to do this because it's going to help when we put on our flip-flops, because we're getting into that flip-flop season. And now go ahead and come back up off your mat. Keeping your toes off your heels, keeping your toes curled. Start to peel your hips up nice and slow, coming into your downward facing dog. Pedal your down dog out. So we'll do a little toe strengthening every week so that our feet are sandal ready, flip-flop ready. And then after you wear the flip-flops and your feet are all crunched up from ripping them, we'll do that to stretch them out and let them relax. All right, let both heels get heavy. Press the mat away from you with your hands. Think about reaching your hips up behind you. Bring your head in between your biceps. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, feel yourself lengthen. We're going to roll forward nice and slow, one vertebra at a time, coming into our high plank. So feel yourself shifting your weight forward. And once you're in your high plank and your shoulders are over your wrists, maybe you need to walk your toes back a little bit to find that straight line. Feel free to lower your knees here, but think about keeping your spine nice and long. And now lift back up into your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. We're going to roll forward again, one vertebra at a time. Coming back into your high plank. Hold here. One more breath. Lift back up into your downward facing dog. And breathe here. We're going to reach our right leg up behind us, nice and tall. Straight leg, knee pointing down towards the mat. And then slowly step your right foot all the way up between your hands. Feel free to use your right arm to help that right foot get there. Lower your left knee down. Untuck your toes is optional. Reach your arms onto your thigh and then reach them out and up overhead. Lift up straight to the ceiling, coming into a 90-90 with your legs, and then exhale, let your hips sink forward. Press straight back up. And then let your hips sink forward. Press up and sink forward. Take a breath here. Let your shoulders relax. And now rain your fingers down, curl your left toes, step back into your downward facing dog. And breathe. Float your left leg up behind you, nice and straight, knee to the mat. And then step your left foot up between your hands, sliding it, guiding it, whatever you need to do. Lower your right knee down, optional to untuck the toes, hands on your thigh, and then reach them up overhead. Think about pressing down into your right shin so you get this 90-degree shape in both of your legs. Reach both arms up. Breathe in and then exhale, shift your hips forward. Inhale, reach up nice and straight. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Nice. One more time. And shift. Go ahead and let your fingertips come down. Curl your right toes under. Step back into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Make sure that you're pressing into your pointer finger and your thumb and all of those other fingers. Put your right leg up behind you, knee pointing down, heel reaching up, and then step the right foot all the way back up between your hands. Coming into your low lunge, fingertips on the ground on either side of your front leg. Reach the left heel back behind you. Take another breath here. Climb on up. Reach your arms up. Feel free to keep your back knee on the ground if you need that extra support. Make sure you're driving down through the heel of your front foot. Take one more breath here and then float your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Put your left leg straight up behind you. Reach it a little bit further up. Bend the left knee, slide the left foot all the way up in front. Come into your low lunge, fingertips on the ground. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart, that you've got a nice balance. One more breath here. Climb your hands onto your thigh. And then reach your arms out and up. Keep thinking about squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Driving down through your left foot. One more breath. And then float your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you. Step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee down, untuck the toes. Reach your arms out and up. Draw your hands to heart center. Open your chest. And then exhale, twist to the right. Maybe you can bring your left elbow to the outer edge of your right leg. If you're comfortable here, feel free to tuck your left toes and float your left knee up off the ground. Completely optional. Take one more breath here. And then unwind, reach your arms back up to the ceiling. Exhale, float them down. Step back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Resetting in your down dog. Put your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot all the way forward. Lower your right knee down. Reach your arms all the way up. Draw your hands to heart center, thumbs on your sternum. Breathe in. Exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right elbow to the outer edge of your left knee or thigh. And if that doesn't work, Right here is good too. If it's available and you want to try, you can float your right knee up off the mat. And then unwind, float your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Now notice if you're off center, you want to recenter yourself on the mat. Take this time to adjust. Hanging out here in your downward facing dog. We're going to look forward at our hands and we're going to take a nice long, slow, tiny little steps, bringing our feet all the way up to meet our hands, coming into a forward fold. So there's some options here in your forward fold that you normally get cues in a yoga class. The first one is reach for opposite elbows. The reason we say this is we want you to let go of the weight of your upper body so that you start to get a deep stretch through the backs of your legs and through your lower back. And holding onto your elbows tends to help you do that. Another one you'll hear people say is crown of your head, which is the tippy top of your head, reaching to the floor. To do that, you actually have to draw your chin into your chest a tiny little bit, which might start to give you some stretching through your shoulders. And the third one is your knees are bent. And the reason people will say this is they want you to take the weight of your upper body and lay it on the tops of your thighs, and then let everything relax down. So all of your weight should be driving down through your feet, and you're carrying that. Release your hands and start to roll up nice and slow. You've been upside down for a while, so make sure that you don't come up really fast. You might get a little dizzy, a little lightheaded. Nice and slow, bringing your head all the way up last. Now, if you do feel a little dizzy, you can squeeze your legs and your hips, and that helps press the blood up towards your head. Interesting fun fact. A little tip, even if you like stand up really quickly and you get a little, if you squeeze here, it does help. It's a weird thing that your body does for you. Always learning, always learning. All right, let's come to the top of our mat. Let's do some sun salutations. We'll start off nice and slow. So inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your right leg back, take a pause. Slide your left leg back, you're in plank. Lower both knees, untuck your toes, lower your chest and chin. All the way down to the mat. Bring your hands out to 10 and 2, and maybe your palms, maybe your fingertips, and now lift your heart up. Exhale, roll back down. We're gonna do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift your heart and chest. Exhale, back down. One more time, lift on up. And come back down. Move your hands next to your rib cage. Press yourself back up onto your knees through tabletop. Curl your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And now look forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet all the way forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up, palms touch. And then exhale, right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your left foot back, take a pause. Slide your right foot back to plank, hold here. Drop both knees, hug your elbows in, lower your chest and chin all the way down to the mat, forehead down. Bring your arms out to 10 and 2, flat palms are on your fingertips, and then lift your heart. We'll just do this once this time. And exhale back down. Bring your hands by your chest, press up into your tabletop on your knees. Curl your toes into downward facing dog. And breathe here. Look forward at your fingers and walk your feet all the way back up into your forward fold. Lengthen, straighten your back. Exhale, fold forward. Press down to stand all the way up, bringing those arms up overhead. And then bring your hands down by your side. Breathe in. That was our first one. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right leg back, step your left leg back. You are in your plank position. Lower your knees, untuck your toes, lower your chest and chin. Come through into baby cobra. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot forward. Step your left foot forward to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left leg back. Step your right leg back. Lower your knees, lower your chest and chin, untuck your toes, baby cobra. Exhale into tabletop, curl your toes, downward facing dog, and breathe. Breathe here. Put your left leg up behind you, step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale your arms down by your side. Take a moment. One more time. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right leg back, step your left leg back. You can lower down knees, chest, chin, or if you're ready, you can go halfway down, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale through tabletop into downward facing dog. And breathe. Float your right leg up behind you, step your right foot all the way forward, step your left foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Once your palms touch, you're gonna exhale and fold all the way back down again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left leg back, step your right leg back. Breathe here. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. And breathe. Put your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot all the way forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And exhale your hands down by your side. All right. I've had really bad allergies, so I need a sip of water. So everyone else has enjoyed the 2 weeks off. All right, let's face me. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Think about the weight being in your heels. Sit back, coming into chair pose. Let's start with our arms parallel because some of us might have some tight shoulders. If it's available, start to lift your arms up. But as you lift your arms up, you don't want to arch your back. So if you are here and you have this nice long slant to your spine, but once you lift your arms up, you go like this, bring them back down. All right, everybody stand up, take a rest. I could talk and talk and talk, and then you're all like, what? All right, let's do that again. Think about where your arms are and this part of your back not going like that. So sit back down, reaching your arms forward. So if your arms weren't out in front of you, you might tip backwards. And now draw your belly button in and lengthen your tailbone. And that is more important than how low you sit or how high up you get your arms. One more breath here, you can do it. And then stand all the way up. Nice. All right, let's practice our tree pose before we do anything else. I'm gonna try to mirror you. Mirror me, don't listen to my words. Follow me. So shift your weight into your right leg. Lift your left heel up off the ground. This might be it for your balancing tonight, and that's okay. And if you need a wall or a chair, go ahead and move around all you need to. Can you lift your left knee up? And if you're feeling good here, can you open your knee out to the side? Your arms are wherever you need them to be. And now can you take your left foot and plant it on your right leg, whether it's on your ankle with the toe on the ground, on your calf, or above your knee. That is up to you. Now think about pressing down into that big toe on your right foot, the pinky toe and the heel. And then find something that's not me, that's not moving, to stare at. Now, you all look great. Can you bring your hands to heart center? Draw your belly button in and up, lengthen your tailbone, relax your shoulders, let that tension out of your jaw. Maybe you can reach one or both arms up overhead. Look at that balance. Amazing, you guys. All right, bring your hands back to heart center. Can you point your knee towards me? Still on one leg, flex the foot, extend it out. Now let's just for fun, can we bring our leg all the way back and move into a warrior three? Just to see if we can. No big deal if we can't. And then come back up to stand. It was fun. Oh, the standing leg, it's always a little bent. You don't want to lock it out like in ballet. Like it's not that, so it's, but it's not super bent. Yeah, don't ballet it. All right. This you do, correct. All right, so now shift your weight into your left leg. Think about driving down, making your leg like a lamp post. So it's tree trunk. Ah, Jody, so good. All right, heel up your right heel. Breathe here, start to think about your balance, start to think about your focus. Maybe you can lift your right knee up. And now can you open that door out to the side? And then draw that right foot onto your left tree trunk leg. And maybe it is above the knee or below the knee. Help it out. Bring your hands to heart center. Good. Lengthen your tailbone down. Maybe you can reach your arms up now. Bring your hands back to heart center. Knee towards me. Flex your foot. See if you can extend your leg out in front. And then with a little bit of momentum, swing it back behind you, hinging at your hips. Soften your left knee, and then come back up to stand. Let's go ahead and knock on heaven's door because it's my favorite. Side to side. All right, let's do a little flow. We'll go through it a few times. We'll add on to it a couple times. We'll hit some of our favorite poses. We are going to keep it simple. We're not going to get super fancy tonight. We're going to stick to the true and tried poses. So go ahead and come to the top of your mat. Let your arms relax down by your side. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or skip it all together. And meet in downward facing dog. Let your heels get heavy. Press the floor away from you. Nice, everyone. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest and bring your left foot up between your hands. You are in your low lunge. So think about your right heel pulling back. You may even feel a stretch through the front of your right hip flexor. Take another breath here and turn your right heel down to cartwheel yourself up into warrior two. So you're pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Your left knee is bending. You should be able to see your left big toe. Reach your arms out straight at shoulder height. Go ahead and straighten your front leg. Bring your fingertips to touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down again. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, melt. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, melt. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. So nice, everyone. Breathe here. Come back to warrior two. Take a breath. On your exhale, bend your left arm. Place your left arm on your left thigh. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Bring your right arm towards me, right bicep by your right ear. Think about using your left forearm to pull your left thigh back to help you rotate your chest just a little bit more. Nice. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten the legs. Bend the leg, cartwheel down, step back to plank. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, child's pose, hold your plank, 75 push-ups. It is totally up to you. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot all the way forward. Low lunge. Reach your left heel back. Now notice your right front foot. Are you really pressing down through that whole foot, or have you let like a couple of the toes take the brunt of the weight? Turn your left heel down, press into the outer edge of your left foot, cartwheel yourself up to warrior two. Take a moment to adjust your feet if you need to. You want the heel of your right foot cutting into the center of your left foot. Bend your right knee. You should be able to see your big toe. Think about straightening your back leg. Reach your arms out at shoulder height. Breathe here. Straighten your front leg, touch your fingers overhead. Exhale, melt back down again. Lengthen and straighten. Melt back down. Lengthen and straighten. Melt back down. Breathe in. On your exhale, place your right forearm on your right thigh. Reach your left arm straight up to the ceiling. Reach your left arm overhead towards me. Think about using your right forearm to pull your right thigh back, letting your torso twist, letting your chest open. Take one more breath here. Lift yourself back up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Bend back down. Cartwheel yourself down. Step back to plank. Your choice. Knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Or any variation thereof. And breathe. Put your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee. Open your hip out to the left. So now your left knee is pointing more up to the ceiling, and your left foot is kind of over towards the right side. Re-extend your left leg straight behind you. Draw the left knee into your chest and slide the foot up between your hands. You're back in your low lunge. Check that your knee is over your heel and the weight is evenly throughout your left foot. Turn your right heel down. Rotate on up. Warrior two. We skip peaceful warrior on the other side. Lengthen and straighten. Melt back down. We'll do it twice to make up. Lengthen and straighten. Melt back down. Lengthen and straighten. Melt back down. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. And everybody looks so pretty. Breathe here. Come back to warrior two. Bend your left arm. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Reach it over towards me. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Now think about engaging your legs like you're balancing on the subway. Reach your left arm forward towards me and come down into triangle. Right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Engage those legs. Stand back up. Melt back into your warrior two. Cartwheel yourself down. Step back to plank. Your choice. Child's pose is there as an option. And we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, open your knee up to the ceiling. And now draw the right knee, straighten the leg out behind you, and then draw the right knee into your chest and slide the right foot up between your hands. Lower your left heel down, press into the outer edge of your left foot, cartwheel yourself up to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, melt back down. One more time. And melt. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. And then come back to warrior two. Bend your right arm, place your right arm on your right thigh, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Reach your left arm towards me. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Find that energy through your legs. Reach your arms away from me. Hinge towards me as far as you can. And then bring your right hand down to your shin, your ankle, the floor, a block. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Make sure those inner thighs are working. And now stand back up. Bend back into warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. We'll meet in down dog and we'll move into pigeon. If you do not like pigeon from this position, you can do figure four on your back. So float your right leg up behind you and then draw your right knee to your wrist. Slide your left leg back. Untuck your toes. Go ahead and come down onto your forearms. Or bringing your head all the way down. Maybe you want to stack your hands. And once you get into this, maybe you can extend your left leg back a little bit further. Maybe it feels better for you to have a little motion where you're rocking side to side. But see if you can let go of the tension in your face, your third eye, your jaw, all of that. It was a good effort. And now slowly come out of this, bringing your hands back to the mat, curl your toes, either come back to tabletop or downward facing dog. Give yourself a cleansing breath between the two sides. And now float the left leg up behind you, draw the left knee to your left wrist, reach the right leg back, slide on down. Come down onto your forearms if that's available, maybe even further. Trying to replicate on this side what you did on the other, but knowing full well that the two sides of your body are not going to behave the same way. So we always want to try to do the same thing on each side, but know that it's not going to happen. See if you can extend the right leg a little bit more. Let go of that tension. I know you put it right back in your jaw, around your ears, between your eyes. And now start to come back out of that, coming onto your hands and knees. We'll meet in tabletop, where we're gonna sway our hips side to side, maybe even taking some figure eights. And then make your way into a seated position. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall with our legs straight out in front of us. Breathing here, letting your shoulders relax. And then draw the left foot in. And this might be where you stay. Maybe you can cross your left leg over your right. And maybe you can even bend the right leg. Those are all options. Now take the right elbow and hook it around the left knee and then swim the left arm back behind you. See if you can keep both of your sit bones connected with the floor as you lengthen your spine up even a little bit more, and then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And then slowly release back to center. Come all the way over to the right, taking a bit of a counter twist. Come back to center. Extend both legs back out in front of you. Let your ankles flop side to side. All right. Draw your right knee in. This might be it. Step the right foot over the left leg. Maybe you're going to bend the left knee. Take the left arm, hook it around the right knee. Swim the right arm all the way back. Look over the back shoulder. And breathe. And breathe here. Counter twist all the way to the right. And come back up. So we're actually going to lie down on our, untwist, legs out in front. Yeah, we all did that. All right, come and lie down on your stomach. We're going to do shoulder pigeon, and then we'll move into our final relaxation. So forehead down on the ground, arms out in a T. You're going to bend your left leg. You're going to pick your left leg up, and you're going to bring it over to the right side. Yep. Good job. Yep. And your left arm can bend so that your left fingertips are on, your arm. The idea is that your right hand is on the mat and you're rolling onto your right ear. Nice. Yeah. Good. You're getting this nice stretch through your chest, through your shoulder. All right, roll back onto your stomachs. Nice. It's nice. And now stretch out your left arm. And you can use your right hand to prop you up as you lift that right leg up and over. Left ear on the mat. It's because we all hunch over our computers and our phones, that opening this up has a lot of sensation to it. And then come back onto your stomach. And then make your way onto your back however you want. Just flip flop over. Draw your knees into your chest. Take some big circles in one direction and some big circles in the other direction. If you want to take a happy baby, you want to do a plow, there's something that we didn't get to. We're kind of going to wrap it up now. So you have a few seconds. You're good. Just going to turn the lights out so nobody's staring up at a light. All right. When you're done rolling around, making yourself feel comfortable, extend your legs and arms away from your body. I'm going to come around with some lavender oil for a Shavasana adjustment. If you prefer that I do not touch you, I will respect your space. Place one hand on your stomach and I will know to give you your privacy. All right. As you lay here, feel your body get heavy. Think about drawing all the energy in from your fingertips and your toes. Engage and tighten your fingertips and your toes. Feel that energy crawl up your arms and legs. Engage and tighten all the muscles in your arms and legs. Feel that energy crawl down your shoulders, through your hips, towards the center of your being. Engage and tighten all those muscles. Hold all of that energy in. And then exhale, let it ripple out from your center. through your hips and shoulders, through your arms and legs, into your fingers and your toes. Breathe here. Let yourself get heavy. One more time, draw that energy from your fingers and toes into your wrists, ankles, arms, and legs. Squeeze that energy up to your hips and shoulders, and then draw it into the center of your body. Hold it here, squeeze it in, and then exhale, let it roll all the way out. And move into your stillness. Breathe deeply. Start to deepen your breath, pulling air in through your nose and exhaling it back out through your nose. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, release your jaw, let your head rock side to side. And then slowly stretch your arms overhead, stretching from your fingertips to your toes. Big inhale. And then gently roll onto one side, taking your time, no rush. And then slowly press yourself back up to a seated position. And place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Let your eyes soften or close. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. It's the life force moving around inside of your body. Acknowledge it. Thank yourself for taking this time to do something just for you. And I thank you for allowing me to lead you through your practice tonight. Namaste. And